If you're elected, will you plan on allowing yourself to be exempted from Obamacare, or will you participate in the public exchanges like the rest of us 330 million Americans are forced to do? And how do we know you're going to do that once you get elected? How will you prove it to us?
Let me start, Gabe, by saying with Obamacare, I am hoping we never have to participate in it in the first place. So I am all for defunding Obamacare, repealing Obamacare, and replacing Obamacare for those that are most vulnerable. But we have great ideas to do that. But if, going back to your question, Gabe, if it is still there, actually I wasn't planning on taking their insurance anyway, period. As a member of the military, I pay for my insurance. I pay for my insurance. When I was a county auditor, I didn't take the county insurance. I paid for my own insurance. And as a state senator, I have not taken the state's plan. I pay for my own insurance. So thank you. Because I don't think the taxpayers should be paying additional for the state policy and the county policy. So if forced to, yeah, I would do that. But if I have other means of insurance, I will be using those. Thank you.
Joni hit the nail on the head. You can't force anybody to take on Obamacare if it's not there. So if we get rid of it, then I don't have to take. No, I don't have to sign up for it. Neither do you guys. I would not make myself exempt from it. I'm a normal person, just like everybody else here. I don't think that I'm that privileged. The only privilege that I have is that I'm up here on the stage talking with you folks. That's the biggest privilege to me. How can I sit there and relate to you guys if I'm not on the same page as you? How can I not relate to you if I don't have to go through the same checkout lines that you do in the supermarket? Park at the same parking stalls that you guys do in the normal parking lots. I'm just a normal guy. I lead a normal life like the rest of you. And I don't expect to be utilizing military planes as my own personal jets. I expect to be flying coach commercial just like everybody else. And I expect to be taking part of the same health care plans that everybody else is going to have to take.
I'm with you. When the government, and it wasn't Congress that exempted themselves, it was one of the personnel management, OPM maybe, that determined that the Senate and the House and their employees would not have to participate in the exchanges, and found some way out so that they wouldn't have this quote-unquote brain drain, which I think actually is sort of an oxymoron, but the short answer is, of course, I will be subject to every law I pass. I don't think senators or congressmen and women should be exempt from that. We need to make Obamacare temporary. We do need to defund it. We do need to repeal it. We need to do something, because for the last year as a small business owner that has about 60 employees, that provides health insurance for my employees, I will be facing this issue even as a U.S. Senator and be subject to the laws, because my companies will continue to be subject to the laws. And so, Gabe, I think you boiled down to a very fundamental issue, which is asking candidates, the three of us and then the two others, is how do I know that the promises you're making me today are the promises you're going to live up to tomorrow when you go to Washington, D.C. and start drinking water that possibly comes from the Potomac? And, which is kind of disgusting sounding, isn't it? But it really boils down to that. And I think you have to look at how we've all lived our lives, and that is it, and what that informs you. And then I also believe you have to hold us accountable. A couple of the ways that I would expect you to hold me accountable is I'm going to do a full Grassley every year. I'm going to go have a town hall in all 99 counties every year if I'm your senator. I'm also going to continue to live in Iowa. So I'll be your neighbor. And you'll be able to find out what I'm up to, because I'm not going to be in Washington, D.C. very much, because I don't want to be there, and more importantly, my wife doesn't want to be there. So that's how you will be able to hold us accountable and find out if we lived up to that pledge to not exempt ourselves, not only from Obamacare and the exchanges, but also other federal laws that you're subject to every day.